Hey folks, it's Michael Johnson. Welcome to this week's Energy Sketch. Going to talk about a little concept here I like to call the 5-minute study. And I usually say this with a Russian accent, 5 minute study, inspired by a story from my father and a conductor that he used to work with in the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. So here's the story. Let's say you're sitting here and you're staring down a big, scary task. Ah, Okay, so this task is big and scary, which means that often you don't feel like it. I don't want to. I don't feel like it. And that leads to the vortex of procrastination, typically, often. Let's say, for me, maybe for you too, it's normal, it's a human thing. See my other video on the vortex of procrastination. But back to today's video. You're staring down this big, scary task, and it's going to take a while, right? This may be time on the axis here, so it could take a long time to do this task. And the strategy here to avoid the vortex of procrastination is to give yourself 5 minutes. Tell yourself, I'm just going to go into it for 5 minutes and go all in for 5 minutes. And at the end of that 5 minutes, you have a decision gate. And the key here with this decision gate is to give yourself the freedom to choose. At the end of those 5 minutes, you are free to drop this task and to do something else. The key is to give yourself the freedom to truly drop it and do something else without judgment, without recrimination, without beating yourself up. You are free after you've given it your all for those 5 minutes. You are free to choose to do something else. And typically, surprise, often what might happen is that in those 5 minutes, you get into it. And then after the 5 minutes, you're motivated, right? You've taken some steps, you've taken some action, you've moved forward, you've gotten into it, you've reminded yourself of why it's important, you've found elements of it that are interesting for you that you can pursue, you've got something on paper. Often, you jump back into that big scary task and continue eating away at it for another chunk of time. But the key is you have the freedom after those 5 minutes to drop it without judgment or recrimination. So that's the idea with the 5 minute to study rule for any big scary task. Just commit to go all in for 5 minutes and give yourself the freedom, total freedom without judgment or recrimination to drop it after 5 minutes. And often, surprise, after those 5 minutes, you get motivated, right? This is the idea that action precedes motivation. So taking that 5 minutes of action can create energy and can create motivation to continue on the task. So it's kind of one of these fallacies out there that we fall into often is that, oh, I'll do that when I'm motivated to do it. Well, start it. Give yourself 5 minutes, and surprise, surprise, you'll create motivation to continue working on this big, scary thing. So, folks, I hope that was useful. 5 minute to study. And this is an example for this energy sketch. I sat down, I said, I'm going to give myself 5 minutes to make this energy sketch. And I give myself total freedom without judgment or recrimination at the end of the 5 minutes to throw it in the garbage or to continue. And so, well, my feeling right now is I'm feeling good. I'm feeling motivated. I will probably post this video just as it is right now. So thanks to my father for this wisdom of the 5 minute to study. And that's it for this week, folks. Hope it was useful. Hope you enjoyed it. And see you next time, Monday, 12 p.m., youtube.com/@energy sketch. Toodaloo.